Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, you guys. It's Denise Walsh here, and today is Lucky Girl Day 3. I hope that you have felt that stirring in your soul, that loving kick in the right direction, as I always say, and are feeling more motivated and excited to take the action needed to hit your goals, to step outside your comfort zone, and to create a life that you love. Here's the deal, you guys. If this were easy, we would already be doing it. But work like this happens best. Change like this, transformation like this happens best done in community. Okay? We don't do life alone, you know? And if we're going to learn a new skill, if we're going to learn a new habit, if we're going to step outside our comfort zone, we're not going to do it ourselves most often, right? Anytime that I wanted to do something new, I've learned to get a coach, to find a community who's doing what I want to do so that I can learn faster and be more immersed into that culture than anything I could figure out on my own. So I hope that being in this community over the last few days, you felt that fire in your belly, and and we invite you to stay. You know what I mean? Like, we go live in this group each and every week, Mondays at 2 o'clock. And then I've got several programs, several ways that we can continue to work together on a more close and consistent basis, including 90-day U-turn. I have a dream business program where I help you with your funnels and the systems and the tech side of the business, as well as the certification program where you get certified as a coach, which will support your leadership and coaching skills. So, all right, I've got one more announcement, and then we are going to jump into today's content. But before I do, if you have not yet commented, please be sure to comment below. Say your name, where you're from, and your favorite aha moment and your favorite exercises that you've experienced so far. And we have a winner. Yesterday, I drew a winner from somebody who engaged and commented yesterday. This person won the Dream Life Gratitude Journal. And as I shared, these are all available on thedreamlifebooks.com. I'll add that to the description here in a minute. Thedreamlifebooks.com are where the workbook and the two journals, the new and improved spiral bound versions, are sold. Thedreamlifebooks.com. And the gratitude version of the journal I really love because it helps you to enjoy where you are now while creating vision for what's next. And that joy in the journey, that gratitude, right? That's a part of the process. Because if we're always waiting for something else to happen for us to feel good, we are giving away our power. And so I like this gratitude. I mean, obviously vision is a big part of what I do, but this gratitude piece and connected to the vision is really important. So, the winner. Let me share the winner. The winner is Kathy Schuchtel. You'll have to let me know how to pronounce it. Kathy Schuchtel. I will message you for your address, and we will get that shipped out to you too. All right, so let's talk about Lucky Girl Day 3. Today is all about taking inspired action. Now, I talk about this a lot in 90-day U-turn. When you are in dream life alignment, head, heart, feet, you know what you want, you believe it's possible, and you're taking action, the next step shows up. There are very few people who can meditate themselves to success with affirmations alone, right? I mean, those are all really powerful things to do to shift your mindset and grow your belief. But the action is what's going to build self-trust. It's going to reinforce that work. It's going to release necessary dopamine, and it's going to get you results. So let's talk a bit about what it looks like to take this action. Remember, in day 1, we reset our nervous system and installed the Lucky Girl identity. And in day 2, we rewired beliefs and trained your brain to filter looking for Lucky Girl proof. Today, now that we are open and rewired, we are going to embody your Lucky Girl identity through action that creates momentum. Is that what you guys are looking for? You want results, right? You want life to actually change. You want more money. You want to lose weight. You want better relationships. You want to live by the ocean. You want a vacation. Like, you want life to actually change. So this is where the action comes in. This is the more tangible stuff, right? Where we're going to do something different to get something different. But you'll hear me say this all the time. If you do that thing with your old identity, it doesn't work. You're going to snap back to what was your normal. We want to do the new thing with this new identity and watch the sparks fly. So let's talk about the neuroscience of action. Why action actually locks it in. I often call action king. Belief is queen, but action is king. Action releases dopamine. So when you check something off a list, when you follow through on the thing that you said you wanted to do, when you are doing something, dopamine is released, and that is a chemical reinforcement, which is why at first it can feel hard. I don't want to do that thing. I don't want to follow up with leads. I don't want to go do an expo. I don't want to do a party or do this thing that feels scary, But once you do that hard thing, how many of you have done that before? Where you do something that you were scared of? You do something where it felt brave. You were like, I'm a little scared, but I'm going for it. How did you feel afterwards? Really think about that. I think about that with I've run 2 marathons and I've done 2 bodybuilding competitions. I don't know why. I like to put myself in these situations for strength, like stretching myself and growth and doing hard things. And sometimes I wonder, why do I do this to myself? But afterwards, you are on that chemical high. You are so stinking proud of what you created, what you did, the hard work you did. I mean, I felt that way after writing my book. Anything like hard, right, I've done. Not only have I chosen to get a coach and step into the world and not try to figure it out on my own, but I also recognize that the hard journey is leading to the successful end. I call it end joy, where you're like, oh, I feel so proud of myself. I woke up the next day and I believe that I'm going to follow through on the things I say I want to do. Guys, that's what it's all about. These actions compound and it builds self-trust, which really roots into your identity. I am the kind of woman who follows through. In fact, I was just talking with a lady who she's, I hear this sometimes even with coaches, like I want to, or new distributors, I want to, and I believe that it will be helpful. I know that what you do is helpful, right? That's just what they'll say to me. I know the program works. I see it. I've met people who've done it. I see the transformations that are coming out of 90-Day U-Turn or the certification program, or I see that it works. The question that they have is, are they the person who will follow through? Have you ever felt that way? Like, yeah, I really want to lose weight and I could join this health program or join the gym, but I actually don't even believe that I will follow through on what I say. That's self-sabotage, that's second guessing, that's insecurity, and that's this wishy-washiness, right? And so the more that you show up for yourselves, whether it be big or small, whether it be challenging, hard, or, just keeping your commitments, it builds self-trust, it builds that personal integrity, and you will begin to believe yourself. I think this is a kind of a silly example, but I learned this when I was talking to my nanny. This was years and years ago. We had help when I was working, and I was chatting with her about all these different like home projects I wanted to do. Like, oh, I want to take down this wall, and I want to, XYZ, and I ended up not doing any of that because we got it priced out and it was not worth it. But in talking to her, she said, I actually believe that you will, because you say you want something and then you go do it. She's like, there's not many people in this world that she knew at that time that followed through with the things they said they wanted to do. And I was taken aback by that because I didn't even know that it was special, right? I didn't really even understand or think anything of it. But for her, she said to me, not many people actually follow through, and you do, so I believe you. And I thought that's really interesting. And I think that is one of the secrets to success, right? I believe myself. I trust myself. If I say I want something, I believe that I'm going to go do it. Do you? Do you? The difference between hustle and inspired action, because I've worked with people for quite a long time, you guys, and I know that you can generate leads and you can follow up with them and you can train your team and you can do it from a space of fear and doubt and insecurity. For example, I could give you a script and you could send it to 50 people with this, yeah, right, they're not going to do anything. You know what I mean? Like you could send it out and then you could have this, yeah, right, behind it, and that energy is contagious. People will recognize that. Or maybe I give you a script and say I'll send it to 50 people and you get to 10 and you give up because you're like, oh, it's not going to work anyway. Right? You don't follow through because of that identity issue, because of that mindset issue. Another thing about hustle is that we can be really busy going nowhere. Sometimes I work with people and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. And I'm like, all right, let's go through your calendar. Like, let's really brain dump everything that needs to be you. Let's put it back into your calendar and let's outsource the rest or let go of the rest for a season. And they've got so many plates in the air, you guys, and then they add on coaching or they add on a business and they haven't taken anything off. So it's like, yeah, you are busy. You are running around in a million directions and you can't do that and experience success in everything, you know? So there's random busyness. They're saying yes to everything and everyone without asking, is this aligning with my goals? It's maybe even being proud. Oh, I'm not free till next winter. I don't know. 6 weeks from now, I have a free time. You know, how many of us have heard of people being really proud of how busy they are? But in reality, they're not working towards anything. They're spinning their wheels and potentially saying yes to things that aren't actually taking them where they want to go. So when we talk about hustle and we talk about being busy and we talk about taking action, it's not just about putting things on your calendar. It's saying what is on your calendar that's actually taking you where you want to go. If you want to write a book, is writing a book on your calendar? If you want to build a business, is working your business on your calendar? Is staying connected to the calls? If you're on 90-day U-turn, every Tuesday, do you have your 90-day U-turn? For the one that's opening up next every Wednesday afternoon, is it on your calendar? Do you have working out on your calendar? Most of the time, people aren't like, oh, I'm bored, I guess I'll go for a 3-mile run. No, they like wake up and they know they're going to go for a run, or they know they're going to go after class, or they've got it scheduled. Okay. Now, I know this sounds really type A of me to say all of this, and I am fairly type A, so I get it. But you can figure out a way to work your calendar that works for you, you know? And I think this is where we really figure out how your brain functions and figure out how to take action in that way. I'm not telling everybody they need to be more like me, but I am saying you need to figure out how your brain works and create a schedule that works for you. Lucky girls don't overdo it. They don't have a million plates spinning in the air. They do what's aligned and then they follow the results. So let's take a look at your calendar. Let's really think through this right now. The first thing that I want you to do, and again, we're not going to spend time doing this right now, but I do want you to take a minute to give yourself an audit after this call. Take a look at your calendar. What are the things that you are doing that are not in alignment with your goals? What are some of the things that maybe you're doing them because you've always done them, you're doing them because somebody asked you, but they're really not in alignment with where you want to go? And then another list or column I would make is, are there any things that you do that probably need to get done but don't need to be done by you. Like maybe you could ask for help. Maybe you could ask your family to do laundry or dishes for a season, or maybe you get help with dinner times or driving to and from practice. What are some things where you could get some help? And then the third column is, what are some things that do not need to get done and do not need to be you? When we were first building our first business back in 2010, pre-children, my husband and I were playing volleyball. I was a youth group leader. Like we're busy. We booked ourselves up because we could. And then we added a business to this. And I remember thinking, I'm saying no to something good right now so I can say yes to something great later. We eventually said no to youth group and no to volleyball, and we took those off of our calendar to make room for our business. And what I see happening so often is that people just add to their calendar without rearranging things, without letting things go, without shifting. So that's an action that I want you guys to take. I want you to do a time audit for your calendar. And then the next step would be to brain dump all of the actions that you need to take in order to hit your goals, whether it be for business or weight loss or whatever, and then put those on your calendar, right? If you're in business, all company calls should be on your calendar. You're not just going to remember them all. Put them on your calendar with the Zoom link. Make it easy for yourself. Create a system around it. If you are generating leads, posting, I sometimes put post on my calendar because creating a reel or even a thoughtful post can take 30 minutes. And I think, again, we so often think to ourselves, oh, I'll just do it in 10 minutes in the car line. Actually, that's me. Sometimes the car line is when I get stuff done. But put it on your calendar, right? And then we beat ourselves up because we didn't get everything done, but yet we didn't actually create quality time to do it. Okay? All right. And so that is one homework assignment, if you will, is to do this action audit. I am going to take you through a meditation today. But before we do, we're going to talk through how to release more dopamine, how to kind of hack your brain into loving taking action. So what I want you to do as you're doing your calendar audit is take a look at the column of what are the actions that'll take you where you want to go, okay? And I want you to think of one micro action. So this is something you can do today, okay? This is an action of what you can do today. This is drinking your water or following up with 10 people or making 5 asks or booking an event, or like, what is one small thing that you can do? And then the second thing is one macro action, which is more of a stretch action that feels a little bit scary, that feels the excitement that feels a bit stretchy. So one micro action that you can do consistently today, and then one macro action that feels bold and exciting. Before I jump into the meditation for today, I am going to check on any comments, and then I am going to, let's see. I see Carrie, awesome. Carrie, thank you. Kathy, okay. It says that I'm frozen. Am I still frozen? Let me know if I'm still frozen. I shouldn't be. All right. All right. I'll just keep going. Hopefully, I'm not frozen. All right. All right, we're going to step into the action meditation for today. And then your homework is to fill out the log in the workbook that I created that allows you to spot the lucky girl. And when we do that, you guys, and I'll say this again in just a minute or when we're done, But your homework for the next 5 days, as we really embody this and take action, is to fill out the Lucky Girl Daily Evidence Tracker. And the evidence log is the thing that we'll post in the group. So this was your 3-day activation, and now we're going to put it to the test by taking these micro and macro actions consistently throughout the weekend. We're gonna post in the group. I'll do a post that says your evidence log. Put your Lucky Girl proofs in the comments underneath that post in the group over the next 5 days, and we are going to embody and really expect these wins. All right. Again, let me know if this is something you're interested in having down the line, but we will step into our Lucky Girl action meditation today. So relax your shoulders, put your feet on the ground, relax your neck, close your eyes, and begin to take deep, steady breaths in through your nose and exhale slowly throughout your mouth. This meditation is designed to anchor you into the Lucky Girl identity, where your actions feel aligned, your momentum builds naturally, and your self-trust expands with every step you take. With each inhale, imagine breathing in confidence and clarity. With each exhale, release hesitation, procrastination, and doubt. Feel your body soften, your mind quiet, and your heart open. Now imagine yourself standing in your kitchen at the beginning of the day. You've woken up, rested, relaxed. You've walked into the kitchen and you are not overwhelmed. You are not scattered. You are calm, clear, and focused. Imagine your Lucky Girl self guiding you. She knows what matters most today. She doesn't second guess. She chooses. She doesn't wait. She moves. You see her opening her journal and setting one clear intention for the day. Watch her take that first aligned action towards her goal. Whether she begins with her morning routine, Bible study, journaling, cup of coffee, she's got a few minutes to herself. And those few minutes allow her to be before she steps into the rush of the day. And notice the ease on her face as she follows through this intention, starting her day off right. Every action she takes this day is in alignment with her goal, and she whispers, I can trust myself. I finish what I start. I move in alignment with what's best for my goals today. Notice how she handles obstacles. She doesn't spiral. She recalibrates. She doesn't freeze. She pivots. And each choice builds more and more evidence that she is the Lucky Girl. Now, as you see her taking inspired action, you are so excited because you feel the continuity between what it is she wants, the belief that it's possible, and the actions she's taking. You step into her body and you see through her eyes. Feel her grounded confidence in your chest. And repeat silently after me. I am the kind of woman who follows through. My actions align with my vision. Every step I take builds evidence that I can trust myself. I create momentum with ease. Luck follows my movement. Feels these words weaving into your subconscious, becoming your new operating system. Imagine looking back 1 week from now. What has shifted because you trusted yourself and you moved with alignment? Now look ahead 1 month from now. What results, opportunities, and synchronicities showed up because you took inspired action every day? Now, look 1 year from now. See the dream life you've built, one aligned step at a time. Feel the pride, the gratitude, and the joy of knowing I created this because I trusted myself and I followed through on the God-sized dreams He gave me. Take one more deep breath in and fully exhale. You are the lucky girl. You are the woman who things always work out for. And every action you take from this moment forward is proof that you trust yourself and that your dream life is already on its way. When you're ready, gently wiggle your toes. Bring yourself back into this room. Open your eyes, carrying the energy of trust, clarity, and momentum with you. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. How did that feel? Can put that in the chats. So for those who comment and engage with today's training, whether you're live or on the replay, I will be doing a drawing for the Dream Life Action Tracker. This is a to-do list kind of thing that I created with the input of Dream Life coaches. There's projects listed at the top. I know for me, I'm often working on a couple things at a time, so I have different columns here. And I've heard from people that once they use this to-do list, this action tracker, they're like fall in love. It makes it easier to get everything out of their brain and put in a way where they feel like it's easier to follow through. So comment below if you're interested in winning one. I will be drawing a winner tomorrow as we step into the action phase of this challenge, where we are going to be doing the things that are taking us towards our goal from a place of certainty, from a place of excitement. We are receiving, and the how starts to show up for us. And you're embodying that lucky girl energy. Now, I'll give you a few examples of how this lucky girl energy has supported me in my life, and then I'll look through some comments. So I remember when I'm building my first business, started in 2007, I had no idea what I was doing. I was a clinical psychologist, remember. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. I had a lot of skills to learn. But what I knew is that throughout the years, I learned that my business doubled every year, and that the right people and the right people just came into my business right when I least expected it, in the nick of time. And so I learned, if I had a promotion or a goal that I was working towards that month, to run through the finish line, because I'd literally get a $500 order at midnight the last day of the month. or I mean, even these last 2 months in my business, we needed in order to hit our goal, we needed like 2,000 to 3,000 points for our business. And we'd have somebody sign up with the big kit, like someone we weren't even talking to. They just come out of the woodwork. And so it's fascinating, you guys, how this happens when you have this deep knowing that it's all going to work out. It's all going to be fine. And you're taking action. And you're following up with people, and you're doing the things needed to build your business, and you're doing it from that confident place. The how starts to show up. Guys, we are going to have so much fun over these next 5 days, taking aligned action and counting the lucky girl proofs, or spotting the success, or however you want to put it. And we're going to start that challenge today. All right. Kathy says she would love the tracker. Carrie, yes, awesome. Okay, cool. Let's see if there's, I just started the video over, so now it's not. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me over the last 3 days. I'm going to put up the evidence tracker post, and over the next 5 days, I'd like you to post your evidence below that, and let's see just how the how can begins to show up for us. And then I also want to let you know that I am opening up the doors to a round of 90-day U-turn. We will start in 2 weeks on a Wednesday. It'll be from 12:30 to 2, so in the afternoon Eastern time on Wednesday afternoons, and we would love to have you there. I'll post the information for 90-day U-turn. If you've got any questions about the coaching program, comment coach below, and I'd love to talk to you about that. Or if you're already a business owner and you're looking for strategy and tech support, comment business, and I'll reach out to you about that as well. All right, it's action time. Let's do it. Have an amazing day, you guys, and we'll see you next time.